So, hey Daryl, aren't you forgetting something?
Sorry.
Alright, everyone. As Daryl just demonstrated just now, please do make sure that your phones are all muted and silent.
Yes. Ready?
Ready!
You are now on air.
Welcome, everybody, to the first ever Language Arts Workshop podcast production showcase. My name is Daryl.
My name is Sandra.
My name is Ziyuan.
We are from the Bluebells Friday group, and we will be your hosts for today. In this event, we're not only here to showcase the performances that we have been preparing since last year, we are also here to teach you the benefits of podcasts. This also includes you taking home skills that you are going to learn today. These skills will be further elaborated as the program goes on. Examples of these skills include skills like language learning, transferable skills, as well as effective communication.
Through podcasting, we'll be able to gain skills that AI simply cannot offer us. Nowadays, AI is so advanced that it can create our scripts, brainstorm ideas, and even make our PowerPoint presentations for us. But what they cannot do is to increase our people skills as well as our personal effectiveness. For example, it can increase our cognitive and communication skills, our interaction and interpersonal skills, which is in short just how we communicate and appear in front of other people. As for our personal effectiveness, what we can increase the effectiveness to, that is, we can increase our key and our knowledge skills, our qualifications and our credibility, as well as our efficiency and productivity. It's just again all through the work and research done towards the podcast.
So, every student here are either in communication skills individual or performing arts 3 to 8 levels, which is 10 years old and above. So, any of you wonder why all of you are invited to today's showcase, including our lovely parents? Parents need to understand the importance of learning communication skills, language skills such as listening, speaking, reading, writing, and thinking. In today's showcase, you'll understand the transferable skills, which is the 21st century learning skills, and it's the magic behind. I shall spoil no more the fun, and let's invite the principal of Language Arts Workshop, Miss Sue, to give her opening speech.
We are here to demonstrate how language learning should be done. And I believe that we, or Malaysia, should incorporate this kind of training in schools. And later I will share with you my most difficult task and skills that I have ever taught is CSI5. That means I cannot show you every time in the workshop at law, because the setting, you look at this kind of setting, we cannot afford half an hour to set up all this for you to see. You have to see for yourself here, and I thank you guys for being here, making time for learning. Podcasts like this act as an intensive language exercise for you guys. Like Sandra said, it's your listening, speaking, critical thinking, the interaction skills, you name it, all skills can be done just for this kind of performances. The process of doing recording, you would never imagine how hard it is, especially for those of you who had just done your performance arts recording for the exams. You know how hard for me to keep changing the setting, the sound, the devices, the camera angles. This is the real world kind of thing. You have to pay attention to the details. This is what your future bosses want to see one day. Even your school project too. You do the thing for me, I want to see the effort and the detail that you put in your work. Because It's all about your ownership. Like Sion was saying, AI can do this and that for you, but how can you take the idea and make it your own? You need to think. So that sort of thing, and this is the initial intention to do this, and this is our first time after the pandemic, right?
Yes.
We started this in the 2020 when we started online class. I already started this to you guys. Didn't even know what is podcast at that time. So what I did at that time, I used the Zoom recording, and we improved our speaking from there. Now, if you recall, why we focus so much on the sound, we told you, right, during the MCO online classes, please have a proper gadget, have a good mic, have a good sound, look pleasant on the camera like this. Because eventually, you will have to log in like this to your future boss and do job interview or scholarship interview. You have to know how to dress, set up your stage, the list go on. All right, so I think you know the rest. MCs, I think I have said enough. What's next?
Well, moving on, it will be the facilitators item, I assume.
Yes, facilitator. Now I'm using I can't project my voice that much, right? So I can have this as a gauge to see my voice. You have to learn how to adjust using mic without mic. And how much you should project. This is hard. If you don't practice, you may take years to do this. For this item, Jason and I are going to share with you how we produce a TV news item. Because grade 5, you have to write a news story. And has to be the actual news, cannot make it up. And also you need to see the behind the scene, how to do the recording like this professionally. Otherwise, reject. The examiner will not want to see a copy version of something. You have a look and then you will see. Okay. And Susan over there, before we begin, can you give him a big round of applause? Susan here did this video for me. After I gave him the idea, I wrote the script. I said, do it quickly. I want like this. So you need to learn editing skills from him too. Grade 5 people, you have to start learning something somewhere already. Okay. All right. Here we go. We're gonna start. Okay, cut. Sorry.
Bro!
Because you know why? The screen is here and the camera is here. I have to look as if I'm, okay, sorry.
You have to move it here.
Yes. Sorry.
Sit down.
Okay. Because I have to read from here, right? Okay, go ahead.
You sure?
Yes. Hello there, and welcome to Podcast Production Showcase 2024. This is your chance to try being a news presenter here at Law. I'm Sue Sudarat, your host. I will give you an idea what it's like to read and produce a news story. For TV, I'm going to read the introduction until our top story. Then it's Jason's turn to have a go reading the script on the screen. You will see how Jason and I coordinate reading the news during the demo. There is the auto cue, which is scrolling the words so you don't have to memorize or hold the script. This is the actual news that you see on TV. Hello and good afternoon. Welcome to Law News Network. Our headlines today: the need to introduce podcast activity to school in Malaysia, how to go from passive to active learner, using podcasts as primary or supplementary activities for any classroom gives students lifelong benefits while staying active throughout. Hey, how come? Sorry, wait. Cut. My screen is so slow. And that is so fast.
Internet lag.
Ah.
What am I supposed to do? No, okay, you know what? We look at this. We have to look at this.
Mine is like.
We have to look at this because I don't know your computer is slow.
Okay, okay.
cut, and let's do that again.
Do the news part,
Just
sorry.
back to the news.
Oh my God. Hello and good afternoon. Welcome to Laws News Network. Our main headline today: the need to introduce podcast activities to school in Malaysia. How to go from passive to active learner. Using podcasts as primary and supplementary activities for any classroom gives students lifelong benefits while staying active through their learning process. Podcasts present a broad range of topic, narrative types, and subject matter. Students and teachers can choose the content and form that fits their lesson. And the possibilities are endless. Fictional stories, current events, and public issues. Jason Ong has our top story.
It has been nearly 4 years since the pandemic when Language Arts Workshop introduced the word podcast to Malaysian students. Since then, Law has tapped into students' talents regardless of their learning background, levels, and abilities. Everyone at Law agrees podcast training is challenging yet enjoyable. They learn how to use all areas of written and spoken communication skills effectively all at once. Most developed countries have been using podcasts as primary or supplementary activities for any classroom. It is time for Malaysian schools to introduce podcast activities to students and make learning more practical, active, and future-focused. This is Jason Ong. Thank you for watching.
And I'm Sue Sudara. You are tuning in to Laws News Network. Bye for now. Easy?
No.
Now you know why sometimes CSI 5 takes 2 years. You don't rush yourself, okay? It takes a lot of skills. And later on, you will see one of the items we do expressive speaking from the Pikachu and Transformers crew member. We have to start the children from reading skills. Now you know why. It come to this level. All right, MCs, now it's your turn.